Hello folks, we are live from Den-En-Chofu, the Beverly Hills of Tokyo, maybe. It's a pretty fancy area anyway. I don't come here very often, but I should, because it is quite nice. And it's not so far from where I live actually, but yeah, today I was well, it's just not like on the route that I'm usually passing. But since one of my loyal Patreon supporters requested a walk from here, I decided to come here for today's live stream. So let's go. I will take a little tour around the area, and like I said, I'm not so familiar with this area myself, so it will be, I'm pretty much as new to it as probably most of you, but I'm sure it will be interesting. And then I will head down towards the river, where you can see the nice scenery that I used for the thumbnail in this photo. And as always, I will probably try to find a beer somewhere. The usual route, the usual stuff. こんばんは。今日もお疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。こちらこそです。So this side of the station is the more commercial side, and this side is the one I haven't been to. So I've been a few times to the other side of the station area, where there's lots of really fancy houses. Oh, and also I have some news with regards to my data cap situation. So I just got hold of one of these things, a mobile Wi-Fi router, and so I'm trying this out for the first time today. If this works, so this is like a rental, like I'm just trying it out for 2 weeks, and if it's good enough, I will sign up for one myself. But this little guy has basically unlimited data. There's just one little catch, which is that if I use more than 10 gigs in 3 days, then my speed will be throttled between 6 p.m. and midnight the next day. But if I'm only planning to use it for my live streams, so even if I would do like 2 hours of live streaming every day, I should not cross that 10 gig barrier. So hopefully this will work. Yeah, good to hear that the signal seems smooth. Yeah, a few of you probably managed to catch a glimpse of my face in there, but at least I'm wearing a mask. But you're welcome to go back, rewind and scroll slowly and pause the frame where you can see my face if you're very curious in knowing what I look like. Or you could just sign up to be one of my Patreon supporters. That way you will get access to my exclusive live streams where I actually show my face. So yeah, if you're that curious, then maybe you should consider, basically for the cost of a coffee every month, you will get access to a lot of bonus content as well as showing your support for me. So please consider doing that. So let's see, what are people writing? Jenny Skunk, you would chew through 20 gigs a day by watching YouTube. Yeah, I mean, if I would use it for my home internet, then I would definitely cross that barrier very quickly. But I plan to only have this for for my live streams and other times when I'm maybe when I'm traveling and I need a internet connection. But that's about it. There are so many walking videos around Den-En-Chofu. Oh, thank you, S. Tokyo Explorer is married. Yes, I am married. Hardly any news, but yes, I am. There are so many walking videos around Den-En-Chofu on YouTube. With you taking this path, I think the area is complete. Okay, good to know. So I will take this little street up and head back towards the station and go to the other side of the station, which I think is actually more interesting. Not many people around. Yeah, I guess standard Japanese residential area. It's quite. They're usually pretty quiet unless you're just next to the station. But yeah, as you can probably see, the houses here are generally a bit bigger and nicer than in most other residential areas of Tokyo. So you can definitely see that it's for a demographic that has the cash to live here. But then again, then we see houses like this, which is probably 6 apartments squeezed into this little building, and those probably don't cost too much to rent, but they're probably not more than 16, 18 square meters each. So okay, bye bye Anima-chan. Another hot day today. Yes, it's okay now. I think now we're maybe around 30 degrees ish. Around this time of the day it gets bearable, but I never go out during the daytime because it's just too hot. Actually today I'm doing this a little bit differently. I actually have this iPhone as well, so I'm catching up on the chat here, so I don't have to shake the entire frame for all of you watching. We'll see how that works. 30 degrees at night is beer o'clock. Yep, can't agree more. This is very meta. Now my walking video started streaming on this. Wow, look at this. This is really very meta. I will set the image quality on my other phone to the lowest possible, so I don't waste any unnecessary bandwidth. Okay, let's cross here. So here, I guess, the local supermarket. Prece. Hayako, こんばんは。夜ご飯を作りながら見てます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。So you can see that the architecture here is a little bit. It feels like many buildings are kind of Western inspired, and I'm sure there's a good reason for that. Mr. S, my fellow Patreon supporter, told me this area was kind of planned by I think a Western architect. Was that the case? Can't really remember the exact details, but yeah, something like that. This house is pretty cool. Definitely not your typical Japanese A typical Japanese house. And this, oh, okay, bottom floor is for rent. If anyone want to start a business, maybe this could be a good location to do so. Here's a really nice coffee shop called Pelican. Here on the left, I will show it to you soon. Here we go, Pelican Coffee. This place is super nice. I've been a couple of times. Let's see. Some sort of fancy French patisserie next to a KFC. Interesting combination. Now we are basically on the opposite side of the station. So here's that building that I showed in the beginning of this stream. If you look at this area in Google Maps, you can see that the whole neighborhood has a pretty interesting shape. And you can walk in circles if you want to explore it all, but since I don't have all night, I will just walk past a part of it and then start heading down towards the Tamagawa River. I didn't know that Rambalak is doing a stream at the same time as me today. Maybe that's why the number of viewers is relatively low. But yeah, that happens. It feels like a lot of us YouTubers are kind of increasing our production pace and starting to do more live streams and so on right now. Yeah, look at this street. You can see that these houses are not your average Japanese residential area, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess everybody has way too much time on their hands right now, so maybe that's why everybody's making more and more videos. Den-En-Chofu 坂道が多いので疲れますよね。まだ大丈夫。Oh, okay. This is interesting. Here's the Nigerian ambassador's residence. Huh, kind of random. Another fancy building. Maybe I shouldn't idle too long around here, or I might get security after me. What's the name of the nearby station? It's Den-En-Chofu. Hugo Brown, hi from Australia. So glad to finally catch a YouTube live. I really enjoy your videos. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hope you will enjoy this live as well then. So, I think this could be the right spot. like connection dropped, but I think I'm back again. Wind is picking up again, sorry. Thank you. Good to hear that I'm back. Pity about the 720p limit. Yeah, it is. But we'll see. If I keep doing this long term and my channel and viewership grows, I might invest in the equipment needed to do like 1080 60p live streams. But it's quite it's a bit pricey, and then the data plan on top of that, the data issue would be maybe even more of a problem. So I think, yeah, that's the train tracks down there. So essentially I'm supposed to follow the train tracks. But let's take this way just for the heck of it. I guess quality tonight is due to the mobile Wi-Fi. I don't know, is it better or worse than usual? I'm hoping that it should be better, but I also know that this mobile Wi-Fi is kind of, reception can be a little bit spotty, so some areas can be it might be poor, especially if it's like not a clear line of sight to the cell tower. So someone said it's actually worse than last time. That's not good. Let's see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, I'll keep researching into a better solution. It's a 720p stream, but more like 240p. Wow, really? That bad? Let me check what it looks like here on my device. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't look great. All we can do is hope that it gets better again soon. Oh, this wind. Oh, it's really windy. Look at this house. By Japanese standards, this is not a house. This is a castle. Give it more five more minutes and switch to mobile phone data. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah. I should probably consider looking into more high-end equipment than just doing this than this mobile phone setup, because it is pretty limiting in the sense that I can't really attach an external mic to get rid of the wind noise or anything like that either. So, oh, cool! So I'm like on top of a little hill, and you can see some tennis courts and stuff down there. Let's see if I can pick up any. No, not really. Again, someone complained about the quality. Is it still bad? If so, I will switch to mobile data soon. But it might also be because right now, like around 6 o'clock, is kind of when the peak hour starts. Like that's when everybody comes home from work and starts to use their phones, and all these mobile data networks gets more and more crowded. So it really depends on the area, how well it works. But Hirose Sasu、はい、これライブです。生放送です。Susan Murray, do you watch Action Kid? I do not know who or what Action Kid is. Quality gets better? That's good to hear. That's very good to hear. Maybe the network was just very crowded around the station, and now it might be getting better. I don't know. Now at least my stream is looking a bit better. I mean, yeah, well, relatively. It's not full, it's not 720p yet though, so yeah. Okay, I'll try switching to mobile data and see if that improves things. I might get disconnected for a while now, but I should be reconnected very quickly. Are you guys still with me? Now I'm using the mobile data, not the. Is it better? Ah, awesome. Great. Okay. That was an experiment, but then we know that WiMAX is not the future for my channel. I will keep researching. Proper 720p now. Even worse, really? I get very mixed messages here. Some say it's better, some say it's worse. It's worse. Worse than ever. Oh, really? Let's say it's the same. Oh, okay. Well, could be that we're just dealing with congested mobile networks. Now we are getting closer to Tamagawa station, and there's a nice little park here, which is kind of like up on a hill with some decent views, so I will head there. Yeah, you can hear the trains. We're pretty close to the station. So it's Tamagawa Dai. It's the park called. And it's one of these kofun, which is like an old burial mound. So I don't know exactly who is buried here, but probably some important historical person. Look at it at the bright side. Now you don't need to blur people's faces. Exactly. Exactly. That's the right attitude. But well, if there's no improvement, then I will switch back to the Wi-Fi. At least that won't consume my precious data. So I should maybe be on Wi-Fi now. No, not really. Okay, I think I'm back now and on Wi-Fi. It's better now? Awesome. Yeah, great. Like, it's really hit and miss, this mobile streaming, but happy to hear that it's better. Proper 720p? Oh yeah, maybe. It looks really nice now. Awesome. Someone asked me if I have more jobs. I'm still waiting for a big project that will hopefully start next month, but it's still not confirmed. So if I'm okay, because at least I have enough to put food on the table, so I'm not suffering that hard. It's just that it's very boring not to not have that many jobs, but financially I'm okay. I'm surviving. At least my wife has a stable job, so that helps. How long will the big project last for? It's 6 months initially, but it's quite likely that it might be extended, or that I will get similar assignments for other parts of the country. So here we have a really nice little view. Really hope the image quality is still good, so that you can see this pretty beautiful view. Can I see Mount Fuji? Not now, but if it was a bit clearer, yeah, probably pretty much straight ahead from here. I hope you were able to take in the night view. I will catch up with the chat. もうすぐ秋。じゃあまだまだだね。Mobile signal is not being nice this evening for you. Nah, I guess so. I guess so. Seems that if you stop walking it gets better. Yeah, it could also be like a compression issue, I guess. That if I walk too fast, it has to compress the image, and that means it has to reduce the quality. I'm not sure, but yeah, I know that if I stay at the same spot for a while, it tends to get a bit better. The chat has completely fallen, so here you can also see all these high rises. That's Musashi Kosugi, which is a recently redeveloped residential neighborhood. So I'm thinking either should I head there to those high-rise buildings in that direction, or should I just follow the river instead and head essentially that would be heading west, and in the end I would find myself at Sakotamaga, my local station, which is maybe about an hour's walk along the river. So what do you guys think? Should I head towards Musashi Kosugi or Sakotamaga? Cast your... Okay, river. Okay, river it is then. River it is. Hopefully around the river it will be a bit more wider and open, and that could potentially improve the signal. I think now I'm surrounded by trees, which might be having a bad impact on the image quality. Everybody says river. Okay, that was easy. So I will walk along this path. I should ask Rambalak what kind of mobile stream died again. Oh, I'm really sorry. When will you visit Kaskave? Never been there. Is it worth visiting? Can't say it's like high on my priorities list, but yeah, if there's anything worth checking out, I might go. Quality improves again. Okay, good to hear. I think it might be spotty as long as I'm here in this park. I need to get a provider that has a more stable signal than this. I'll probably try this again more like in the central part of Tokyo, more urban, and see if it's better there. I think it might be. But around here, obviously, this does not work very well. It's getting dark. Can you visit Harajuku? Yeah, I have a few videos from Harajuku on my channel, but I've never done a live stream, so could be worth checking out. Right now I'm kind of avoiding central Tokyo though because of the infections that are increasing again here in Tokyo, but I mean, I can't stay home for the rest of my life, I guess, so sooner or later. There we have Musashi Kosugi again. Does NTT Docomo have the best network quality overall as they're the market leader? Yes, generally I think so. And my regular mobile data is through Docomo. But that I'm using now is actually AU. So that's the second largest provider. So they shouldn't be that far behind. But I think this mobile Wi-Fi is kind of limited to certain frequencies. So it's pretty fast when you have a good signal, but on the other hand, signal quality is obviously not as good. So I think that's the problem we're seeing today, on top of maybe overcrowded networks. But my 4K videos are amazing, man. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's obviously much easier when it's not supposed to be live. Then the quality can be much better. But then on the other hand, it's not as fun to shoot because I really enjoy being able to talk to you while doing this. So yeah, I guess I can't have the cake and eat it at the same time, eh? I don't think this thing I have supports external antennas. God morgon Tommy. Kul med en svensk tittare. So I will soon be down at the river. So there's a house for sale if anyone is interested. It's 58,800,000 yen for a three bedroom house with a parking. Not as expensive as I was expecting, to be honest, but maybe it's enough. $5.8 million. No, that's not right. Right, 5.8 million yen, yes. Oh, no. No. 58 million. 58 million. Let's see how this goes. So far it feels like this stream has been a pretty epic fail, but which is a shame because it's actually really beautiful right now. Okay, I switched off the Wi-Fi again. Now I'm using mobile signal. Wi-Fi is pretty useless. That's my conclusion. Now it's on mobile again, regular mobile. Yeah, much better quality. Okay. Mobile is the way to go. Baseball field here. This interesting skyline, Kawasaki skyline actually, because it's Kawasaki on the other side of this river. I'd love to be on a photo walk there. Yeah, it's a nice area. I've taken tons of photos around here, including the one that I used for the thumbnail of today's video. That's like, I think I shot that 2 or 3 years ago. Pretty old photo. Evening. It's really comfortable. Fireflies will be out soon. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if there's any fireflies here. I don't think so though. They usually prefer quieter, like less polluted areas. Look up in the forest or something. It's actually kids playing baseball. Someone asks if I love anime. Can't say I do. Don't watch much anime these days. Used to when I was a teenager though. Feeding time for the bats. Yeah, there's actually plenty of bats. I don't know if you can see them on the stream, but I definitely noticed them. There are always plenty of bats around the river. A lot of people are interested in the new public toilet in Shibuya. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll definitely check it out. It's interesting how they managed to build a viral toilet. Like all the media have picked up on that. Sushi or onigiri? Sushi. I mean, onigiri is practical. Like, it's good if you're going on a hike or something and just need to pack something easy to eat in the bag. But onigiri is like not what I would consider a proper meal, whereas sushi can be. So, yeah. Actually, people, I can see the top of Mount Fuji right now. I will try zooming in. Can you see this? I'm sure the image quality is horrible, but it's actually the tip of Mount Fuji that we can see sticking out from the cloud cover far away. Oh, really crappy image quality though, but wonder if you could see that. Yeah, I can probably get closer to the river, but there's no good walking path down there, so I will stick to this for now. I might head up on the bank instead, where we also get a bit of better view. How is Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's health? Yeah, who knows? It seems like he's not functioning optimally. No wonder, considering that he's really not very popular right now, and then at the same time I'm sure that yeah, there's plenty of headaches for the politicians considering everything that's going on right now. But yeah, it seems like he's not too healthy. Oh, you could see Mount Fuji? Cool. It's a cone. What's your favorite Japanese food? Get asked that question so often. I like, there's so much, so it's really difficult to pick one dish, but if I had to, I guess it would kind of boringly enough be sushi or sashimi. I'm a really big fan of good fish, good raw fish. So yeah. Thank you, Mr. T. Is there any takeaway fast foodish green tea chains in Japan? Ooh, I don't know. I mean, all the cafes sell like matcha latte and like green tea flavored drinks, but if you're looking for like more high quality green tea, like from a proper green tea, I don't know. I don't think so. Like, you can definitely get green tea for takeaway, but I'm not sure if there's any major chains dedicated to take away green tea. love green tea. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest. It's nice, I don't dislike it, but like I very rarely drink it. My drink of choice, I guess, is just coffee, or during the hot summer I always have one of my beloved mugicha barley tea bottles in the bag. Still have a long way to go. Let's head up here and see if there's a bit more interesting view if I walk on top of this bank next to the road. Yeah, Swedes drinks a lot of coffee, for sure. Okay, I can't really walk here. It's either crossing the road and walk through the residential area, or I stick with the river. What do you guys say? With the big new project, I will be away from Tokyo for maybe a week or so every month. It's not entirely decided yet, but at least a week per month I'll have to be out of town. River. Okay, it's kind of, yeah, both options, but it seems like most of you prefer the river, so I'll do it. I'll take this river route then. I was worried that this was a little bit boring because it's just this, yeah, it's very dead, very quiet. Do you have a favorite cafe or coffee shop in Tokyo? Yeah, I have a few. It's just a few like local small coffee shops that I really enjoy, so they're not famous or anything. I used to, like, one of my really favorite coffee shops was called Omotesando Coffee, but they closed down a couple of years ago. But now they actually have branches in like Singapore and I think a handful of other cities, but they don't have a shop. Well, they do kind of have a sister shop in Toranomon called Toranomon Hills Coffee or Toranomon Coffee, but it's nowhere as nice. The original Omotesando Coffee was in a old traditional Japanese residential house. And they had like a tiny little traditional Japanese garden, and it was just super cozy, and the owner was so friendly. But then that place really blew up and became so popular, and there was like always a long line just to grab a coffee. So then at that time I kind of stopped going because, yeah, who wants to stand in a queue for like half an hour for a coffee, right? Yeah, that place used to be really nice. Then I like the little Let It Be coffee in Futako Tamagawa, which I passed in one of my prior live streams. But yeah, there's just so many nice coffee shops in this city, so difficult to mention them all. Okay, let's see. What are people saying? I love this guy who keeps like posting Christian things in like Spanish. Like, I just wonder why. Like, why does that person think that my live stream is a good place to promote Christianity? Like, it's hilarious. Had any tempura lately? Yeah, I have tempura quite often actually. Maybe once every 2 weeks on average. There's a really nice restaurant that I like to go with my wife. It's a soba shop, so they have like this very nice soba and tempura kind of set dinner, which is very, very tasty. So that's one of my to-go orders. Ah, the bats are visible, I see. Right, the original Omotesando coffee was so nice. I think so too. Does the sheer number of Starbucks in Tokyo annoy you? Yeah, it does. It does. It's a shame that people seems to love Starbucks so much here, and it's like, I just don't get it. Like, what? Clever marketing, I guess, or branding or whatever. But I mean, they do nothing special, and their shops are usually very crammed and tiny, and the coffee is quite expensive. So I'm not a fan, but I do like, they have a few like kind of fancy Starbucks. So I guess the most famous one is the one in Nakameguro, which is supposed to be the world's biggest Starbucks. I mean, those kind of places are pretty cool, and I guess that's like, you can't really build a place like that unless you are Starbucks, because the costs would just be so insane. So if there's something positive about Starbucks, I guess it's the fact that they do like build this really, really interesting and unique coffee shops from time to time. But in general, not a Starbucks fan. Across the road to the right. A bit too late now. Like, I'm really a few minutes behind on this chat. There's also quite a time lag between what you guys see and where I'm actually right now. I would say like probably at least 20 seconds, maybe even more than that. Can you tell what's the price of sushi average? Well, you can get like super cheap sushi. You can have like a decent sushi lunch for less than 1,000 yen, which is like, yeah, $10. But on the other hand, if you go to like a really fancy sushi restaurant, you could pay 30 times as much or even more. So sushi is really something that you have like in all price brackets. It can be kind of really quick and cheap and pretty low quality fast food, but it can also be like some of the most exclusive food you can eat here. Udon よりそば、もちろん。まあうどんも美味しいけど、そばの方が美味しいそばはすごく美味しい。安いそばはあんまり好きじゃないけど、なんかなんていう、駅のホームのそば屋さんとかそういうお店のそばあまり美味しくないけど。How do you like your coffee? Black in the morning, then cappuccino the rest of the day. 今日もお疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。Are you udon or soba guy? Soba, for sure. But soba is like, udon is like, even if it's really cheap, udon it's okay. Whereas soba is like, cheap soba is not very good. Soba needs to have a certain quality in order to be enjoyable, if you ask me. ローカルの喫茶店のコーヒーは本当に美味しいですよね。そうです。そうです。ローカルな喫茶店が大好き。すごくなんかそういう喫茶店文化は本当に面白いと思います。So one of my Japanese viewers mentioned this like that the coffee at local kissaten, like which are kind of traditional Japanese coffee shops, they often have very good coffee, and that's true. And I'm a big fan of kissaten. Oh, someone's doing a photo shoot here. The whole kissaten culture is actually really interesting, and I really love finding like some new, not new, but like unexplored kissaten for me, like a place that has been around for like 30, 40, 50 years, run by either a grumpy old man or a cute old couple, and they have like perfected the art of making their style of drip coffee. Yeah, Japanese kissaten are truly amazing. この近くにビールを売ってるところはありませんよ。そうですね。There's no shops around here selling beer. That's probably true. The beer might have to wait until I get to Futakotamagawa. NHK World did a show on Tokyo Kissaten. Yeah, there's plenty of shows on Tokyo Kissaten. There's a writer called Craig Modd. You should check him out if you don't know him. And he recently released a book on kissaten. It's super expensive, so I'm probably not gonna buy it, but I'm sure it's gonna be very, very nice. He often does his own like small book projects, so he prints like a book and maybe I think he made like 1,000 copies of this one, and it was mostly crowdfunded. Very nice initiative. Need to go now, but thanks for another nice video, man. Oh, thank you for watching. I used to jog this road every day. Oh, really? Yeah, it's a lot of joggers around here. Now it's getting super dark though. Should probably increase my pace a little bit and maybe try to head towards the residential part soon, because it is getting way too dark around here. beer, yeah. Document 72 hours. Yeah. That's a nice little TV program. Oh, thank you very much, Jenny. Very nice of you, very generous. A lot of mosquitoes? I don't know. I'm not so annoyed by them. I think the mosquitoes are much worse back home in Sweden. But my wife complains a lot about mosquitoes. She gets like bitten all the time. Maybe Japanese mosquitoes doesn't like my filthy gaijin blood. I love Japanese trains. Have you considered doing more train ride videos? Yes and no. Yeah, I guess I'm considering it. I'm just also trying to figure out a way to do it like well, to kind of provide something interesting. Like the ones I've shot so far has just been like pointing the camera through a window, and it's not really the best way of doing it. I'm quite happy with how my Enoden video turned out though. That video I shot the entire stretch, and I managed to get a really good spot just in front of, just behind the driver's seat. So that turned out pretty nice. So if anything, I think I would do more of those, like local, smaller trains. Maybe not so much the like main train lines in Tokyo. But we'll see. Does the sun normally set this early at this time of the year in Japan? Yes. The sunset time hasn't changed. It's pretty constant. I mean, from year to year. It changes over the course of the year, of course, by a little bit, but yeah. There are plenty of bats tonight. Shinkansen is out of the question. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to see, like, does it make sense for me to just shoot the view outside of the, like, through the Shinkansen window? Maybe it could be interesting. Maybe if it's on a scenic stretch or something, but like most of the Shinkansen trains, they also run a lot through tunnels. So a big part of the video was just be pitch black, which, yeah. I think this is like some sort of, what do you call it, like a floodgate. So in the case of severe flooding, they can open this to let some water out into Tama River. Okay, there's a crossing here. So now I will head into the residential areas because it's just getting too dark. I can't really see much myself. It actually looks brighter in on the screen than what it is in reality. It seems to set early for summertime in Japan. Yeah, well, no, it usually sets around 7 in the summer. Have you visited Kyoto? Yes, many times. Yeah, there's plenty of rail fan videos on YouTube, so it's like, yeah, I don't know exactly what new I could bring to the table. So maybe better to let the rail fan producers take care of making those. Whoops, let's cross here. There you can see the high rises of Takotamagawa, which will be the goal again. Feels like every live stream ends there, which is really convenient for me because then I'm essentially at home. What about the joyful train? Yeah, exactly, something like that. I would be happy to do videos on those. Jie de aircon tsukete masu ka? Hai, tsuketemasu. Where have you ever lived in Japan City? I've lived in many places in Tokyo, but I've only lived in Tokyo, no other cities. But I lived in Shimokitazawa, Akihabara, Harajuku, Nakano, where else? Nippori, and now near Takotamagawa. Guess that's all, maybe? But yeah, in the first couple of years I moved around a lot. Will you walk all the way to Takotamagawa? Yes, I will. Do you like visiting Atami? It's kind of nice, yeah. I don't go very often. But every time I do go there, it's quite enjoyable. I mean, I like all these old, kind of abandoned almost old resort towns that are scattered around Japan. Like you can really see how the economy has been like stagnant since the bubble era. And Atami is like a very good example of one of those places. I find those really fascinating, and I'm a sucker for like old abandoned buildings and stuff like that, which you can find a lot of in those cities. So yeah, I do really enjoy it. There's some like, I think one of the places I like the most around there would be Shimoda, which is like at the southern tip of the Izu Peninsula. That city is really nice. But Atami, Ito, Kawazu, they're all really nice areas. Empty parking lot. お金持ちじゃそんなことない。いつもすごく安いワンルームとかシェアハウスとかそういうところずっと住んでたから、あんまりお金持ちではない。Kyoto or Tokyo for a stay to take day trips from? Both are great. Both are great. Can't go wrong with either. If you've never been to Tokyo, then I guess maybe coming here first would make more sense. But if you've already been to Tokyo, then yeah, by all means, stay in Kyoto and just explore the whole Kanto area from there. It's also really, really nice. I'd like to see you explore abandoned places. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to do like urban exploration or anything like that, because that could probably get me in trouble. But at least a few walks in those kind of towns would definitely be a good idea, and that's definitely coming to my channel. There doesn't seem to be much nightlife in any of the places away from downtown Tokyo. There's no one on the street. Well, right now I'm in this super quiet residential area, but basically I would say most stations at least have a few nightlife establishments, like a few izakaya or snack bars or those kind of places. But if you by nightlife are talking more like about nightclubs and those kind of places, then yeah, maybe not so much. Then you probably have to be in the more central parts of Tokyo or the major stations. I love this. It's a really nice old, I think it's an old barber shop. Not sure if it's still in operation, but very charming local in the middle of nowhere. LED asks, is Tokyo safe? Yes, it's very safe. Are you afraid to walk at night? Never. The phone is going in and out of focus due to the lights. Yeah, sorry about that. I actually passed this place in a previous live stream. I don't know how many of you watched that one, but this is I think it was the one when I walked to Todoroki ravine from Futakotamagawa. I did a live stream of that like maybe a month ago. Then I walked on this same road, but that was during the daytime, so it's probably quite different now. Which is your best place? Shimokitazawa, Akihabara, Harajuku, Nippori, Futakotamagawa. Well, they're all nice in different ways, I guess, but if I would have to choose one to to live long term, I would probably choose either Shimokitazawa or Futako Tamagawa. And well, when my wife's opinion was pitched in, then we ended up near Futako Tamagawa. But Shimokitazawa has much more of a nightlife. Futako Tamagawa is kind of, I mean, it has a little bit. There's plenty of like restaurants and shops around Futako Tamagawa as well. But Shimokitazawa is more like younger and more, I guess, more of a, I wouldn't say party town, but there's a little bit more going on there. In Futako Tamagawa, it's more like maybe slightly sophisticated restaurants and those kind of places, whereas there's a lot of music bars in Shimokitazawa. So very, very different vibe. Futako Tamagawa is more of a family neighborhood as well, whereas Shimokitazawa is maybe more like students and younger people tend to live around there. Kanagawa 県住みやすいよ。神奈川県のどの辺？神奈川県結構広いだから全然なんか場所によって違うと思いますけど、あとはまあ通勤は結構大変。僕は毎日会社行けないから問題ないけど、もし普通の仕事があればなんかそういうちょっと遠いところは多分住みたくないと思います。でももちろん神奈川県もいいところいっぱいある。それは間違いない。In which month do you enjoy snowfall in Tokyo? Probably January is probably most likely. Maybe December, but I think January is probably more likely. Kinugawa Onsen has lots of abandoned resort hotel. Yes, Kinugawa Onsen is pretty awesome. I've been there. A really cool place. I want to live in Nakano. Yeah, Nakano is great. Nakano is really great too. Do you know the guy in Shimokita who reads anime if you pay him? Yes, I know. I know who you're talking about. Haven't been there in a long time now, so I'm not sure if he's still around, but yeah, he's quite a character. Thanks for this walk. To walk as a woman is also certainly more dangerous. Yes, that's unfortunately very true. Everything that I'm saying about Tokyo is from my perspective as a privileged white male, but yeah, for women things are quite different. For me, Yokohama is first choice in Tokyo. Oh yeah? Why is that? I mean, Yokohama is really nice. I like it too. But I guess if I've never lived in Yokohama, so I can't really say for sure. And I'm sure if you have like your social life there, it's actually maybe nicer than Tokyo. At least it's way easier to get around, and it's a nice, like if we're talking about central Yokohama, it's kind of nice size. It's very easy. You can probably bike around there without too much trouble. Has a more compact city center. Have you traveled much to Osaka? What are your thoughts on that city compared to Tokyo? I wouldn't say I've traveled much to Osaka. I've maybe been there like 10 times throughout the years. I always like it. It's a bit kind of rougher and grittier than Tokyo, but I feel that the people there are much more approachable and easygoing, which I really, really enjoy. So I always have a great time in Osaka, and I would actually, personally, I would love to live there sometime. Have you ever been to Vancouver? No, never been to Canada, fortunately. Only been to North America once, and that was only New York. So now I am walking under one of the highway bridges, and I'm getting closer to Futako Tamagawa. So Daisan Keihin Highway, that's the name. I mean, the sky building in Osaka is amazing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I like that the other one. What's it called? Like Abe no Harukas, which I think, at least when it was completed, it was like the highest skyscraper in Japan. The view from up there is really, really nice. So as a woman, you need a fake beard to be safe. Yeah, probably something like that. I lived in Yokohama for 3 years as a teacher. Nice time. Yeah, I can imagine. In a way, I kind of regret that I came to Tokyo first when I moved to Japan, especially as a language student. I think it would have been much better to live in a smaller city. Maybe not Yokohama, because Yokohama is still pretty big, but I would have loved to have been kind of forced to get out of my comfort zone and talk Japanese to more people. Like in Tokyo, there's just so many people who do speak English, both Japanese and Westerners, or like not just Westerners, but foreigners. And I think also like the experience would just be so much more interesting. Like if you have a bit of other experiences to compare with, rather than now where I only know what life in Tokyo is like, and I think life in Tokyo is pretty extreme in comparison to many other Japanese cities. So yeah, if there's something I regret, is that I've never really been living anywhere else. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, we are getting closer to Futako Tamagawa. You have a regular place to go in the summer or weekends to keep cool? Probably just my living room under the aircon. I mean, usually I go to Sweden every summer. Basically, the last couple of, I don't know, maybe almost every summer, I do what I can to go back in August and September, because those months are just too hot here, and it's the best time to be in Scandinavia. So yeah, when I can, I definitely try to go there. Tack Tommy, du måste lätta. Okej, inga problem. Schysst, se fram emot en bira tillsammans någon gång då. Why is Tokyo more extreme? I mean, it's the biggest city on the planet, right? So you have like everything here, and you just have more of everything, and it's not really representative of how life is in other parts of Japan in many ways. So yeah, that's what I meant, that I can't pass here. I think it would just be interesting to have a bit more like different set of reference points than only Tokyo. And I can't walk that way either. I'm a bit lost. But at least we see the high rises of Futako Tamagawa, so I'm not far away. But the streets here are a bit convoluted. Do you like Ystad? Yeah, it's really nice. I've only been there like twice, I think, and actually there's a walking video from Ystad on my channel. It has horrible wind noise though, so it's not a very good video, but it's there if you want it. It's a very charming little town. So for those of you who don't know, Ystad is like a small scenic town on the almost at the southern tip of Sweden, close to Malmö, which is the city I grew up in. Or not grew up in, but the city I consider to be home in Sweden. Longest live stream ever, yeah. And this Wi-Fi didn't even work, so now I probably consumed a few more gigs of my data plan, but shoganai. Is it true that they outlaw alcohol in Sweden for the long winter? No, alcohol is not outlawed in Sweden. It's limited in terms of where you can buy it. Like only one chain of shops, which is state-owned. They're the only shop that is allowed to sell alcohol if it's stronger than 3.5%. So it's regulated in that sense, and it's been like that for a very long time. Probably because us Swedes can't really handle alcohol very well. We tend to always drink too much of it and do stupid things when we get drunk. But yeah, it's not outlawed. Random question, but have you been to Hitachi Seaside Park? No, I haven't. I've tried to go there twice. But and both times was when those Hitachi Seaside Park is a place a few hours from Tokyo. I think it's in probably in Ibaraki Prefecture, and it's very famous for a flower park, and the flowers there are very seasonal. So during the time when those flowers bloom, a lot of people want to go there. So there's buses from Tokyo Station that you can take to go all the way to that park, but they're very limited. And so I tried twice, but I never managed to get on board because it was just too crowded. So I haven't been. Did you find Japanese work culture difficult to get used to, or similar to what you experienced in Scandinavia? Well, I've never had a normal job here. Well, I never had a normal job anywhere. I've always been working for myself as a freelancer. So in that sense, I'm not really the right person to ask, I guess. But I mean, it is very different. And I would not want to have a normal job here in Japan, because in general, the working culture here is pretty crazy and not good at all. Although, of course, there's plenty of exceptions, and there's plenty of nice companies here with the good working conditions as well, but in general, especially like the big traditional Japanese companies, they really don't treat their employees as human beings, but more like just robots or ants. So yeah, I don't really like that. And also most companies here have very like strict restrictions in terms of like what you can wear at work, what kind of hairstyle you can have. Like it's just, to me, it's just awful. I have zero interest in working for a company like that. Oh, sparklers. It's a summer thing. So much. Lots of people here tonight. Nice. you can actually smell the kind of this gunpowder smoke in the air. Pretty cool. How are you giving back to the community there? Or is that a Patreon question? I don't really understand the question. How I'm giving back to the community. So let's see. We are getting close, and I'm thinking it is also getting quite late, and I am supposed to cook for my wife today, so I might have to skip the beer tonight. Hope that would be acceptable. How hard is it to get a working visa as a freelancer in Japan? Pretty difficult. Like, it depends on your field, but basically you need to be able to prove that you have like a stable enough income for the foreseeable future. It's I don't know, like for me personally I didn't really have many issues, but I had some clients back in Sweden when I applied for my first journalist visas when I was a freelancer. So they just wrote like nice letters explaining that I would be working from them, and I would be earning a certain amount of money every month. And with a letter like that, it was pretty easy. So for me, I haven't really had much trouble. But I do know other people who have been finding it very complicated to get a visa as a freelancer here. No beer tonight. Den-En-Chofu から二子玉川まで歩きましたね。お疲れ様でした。はい、ありがとうございます。ちょっと遠かったね。How many steps did I take today? So some people are impressed with my long walk. So 13,700 steps, which is not too bad. The less fortunate there by paying taxes, but that's about it, I guess. I'm not that well off myself, so as long as my own personal needs are not, stably met, it's kind of difficult to prioritize to help others at the same time. Thank you, S. Have a beer tomorrow night without the gimbal and live stream. Thank you for visiting Den-En-Chofu. We hope you will gain the 100 million work project. Thank you. 100 million yen is a bit overestimated, but thanks anyway. Hopefully I will get it. Fingers crossed. You can buy beer at Konbini where you live. Yes, I can. And I might. We'll see. I'm really thirsty now, so I will actually sit down and finish my bottle of tea here before wrapping up this live stream. My back really hurts. I'm carrying this backpack with all my junk, so that really makes it a bit more demanding than it should be. So no beer, but mugicha, barley tea. Kanpai. Let me check the chat one final time and see if there's anything. So yeah, I'm really glad I have my secondary phone, because the chat on the phone I'm streaming from, the last chat message was received 6:30. So it's been stuck for like over an hour. Takashi, arigatou gozaimasu, konbini biru. Domo domo. It's actually much easier to scroll here as well. Have you ever met someone from Yakuza? I don't think so. Or maybe I have. Probably I have, but I haven't been aware of who they were. Back hurt, how much equipment? Well, I always have, my camera, some spare batteries, wallet, like just a bunch of small things, but it all adds up. I think, it's not heavy, but probably like 5 kilos or something on my back, which, yeah, it's not super comfortable. Very good, as beer isn't good for your health. Well, I don't drink that much, though. Oh, hello Virtual Japan. You are showing up just as I'm wrapping this up. And Anima-chan is back too, so I guess that means that Grambalak just finished his live stream, right? Well, I'm finishing mine as well. I'm sorry if I didn't respond to all of your questions, but there will be more opportunities. I will do another one or two this weekend. So yeah, stay up to date, and thank you all for watching. If you really like me and what I'm doing, then consider joining my Patreon. The link is in the video description. And with that said, I will wrap things up now. Thank you very much, and see you all soon. Bye bye. Bye. Mandatory awkward wave to the camera from the wrong direction. Bye.